Good evening. Happy Tuesday evening. Welcome back to this episode of Snapchat Block Marathon Madness. Let's begin. So today we're going to talk about season 8, episode 55, 70, and then which is Terrific Tuesday, and then season 3, episode 27, Barhead Getting Girlfriends, part 1. Alright, so, and this is Valentine's Day week, so we're gonna find out if the Barhead faces love or if the Barhead faces rejection and heartbreak. We'll find out. But this is only part 1 of a 3-part series. Season 8 episode. So we're gonna start out with Terrific Tuesday number 3. So this is 11th grade, and Siri, I'm not talking to you. I don't know why you. Alright. Um, my phone is listening to me. Siri, I guess. Hey, Siri. Siri. No, it's not. Will I find love eventually? Will Hunter find love in the show? Let's see. I have to unlock it to answer. Okay. You're no help. See, AI is not helping us. Okay. When we need the help the most. Anyway, I should ask ChatGPT. Maybe they would know. But anyway, yeah, I know, Siri. I'm cheating on the with Chat GPT. But anyway, Terrific Tuesday number 3. Here we go. So he gets breakfast, and then he gets to the Hartman bus. And then he gets to Hartman. Today is Mr. Hunter. Is Mr. Hunter today? Today is a preschool day. So all the kiddos get there. They do their morning centers, like art center, music center, blocks, mellifluous, and that type of stuff. They do that, and then we have our morning meeting, our calendar time. We do our welcome song and the weather lap. What's the weather? What's the weather? Then, um, depending on how nice it is or not, we take a kiddo out to the door and see what the weather is. Um, so, and then they come back, report what the weather is to their friends and to the teachers, the other teachers, and then they do the days of the week, months of the year, the letter of the week, the number of the week, the color of the week, the whole 9 yards. It's winter time, so they have a winter theme type thing. It might be actually, I think this might be even, this is December, so it might be like Christmas themed or something. So I think this is the last week of preschool of the semester. So because Hartman gets out a little bit early, so I don't know if we're there yet or not. But I'm guessing it might be Christmas week. So then they go to music lesson, and then they sing some songs about, reindeer and Santa and stuff, Christmassy music. And then they go to story time, and they go up to the loft, and they sit down and get like maybe a stuffed animal or something, and then the teacher reads them a story, probably some type of winter story or Christmas story, something like that. And then they go to alphabet lesson, blah blah blah, letters and stuff. Um, we might be talking about the letter of the week, and then they have snack time, and we do the snack song, and then which is something we do before we eat snack, and then they have like a Christmas themed snack. Maybe it's like a snowman or like a Santa hat or something like that. Like it's like cookies or something, um, with a design on them. You know, um, I'm not totally for sure. It's been like years now. Um, since I've been in Hartman. So, but anyway, and then they go to, and then they have physical activity that is like an obstacle course, or they go outside. Well, probably not in December. We don't let them out. But they do some like a recess type thing to get their energy out from their snack. And then we have our theme lessons. So we talk about we maybe read the night before Christmas or watch like a Christmas show or something or do something educational about Christmas or something, or the number of the week, letter of the week. color of the week, something like that. Sometimes we do like a craft with them. So, um, and then they have their final center time. So like dramatic play, um, art, walks, etc., science, sensory table. And then they have our closing time. We do like a puzzle or game with the kiddos, and then we do some songs with them, and then we do our closing song, and then they go home, and then Mr. Hunter and the teachers go home. Mr. Hunter clocks out for a day, even though we don't clock out with anything, but we say peace out. Then he goes on the bus. He gets back to the high school, and then he goes to study hall, which we don't see because it's nothing going on basically. And then um, and then they go lunch. He chit chats with the Brotherhood. It's game day Tuesday, so they do some games on their phone. And they eat their lunch. It's Taco Tuesday, I bet. Um, so um, they eat their lunch, and then they go to science with Mr. Mindock and Mr. Miller. They have a bell work and an activity, and then they go to um, Algebra 2 with Mr. Stevens. I think they have a lesson, and then they have like a activity, and then he goes to resource, and him and Miss Oswald work on the Algebra 2 assignment. He gets interrupted by other students that need help as well, because this time he don't have like an extra person to help him, um, like Erica or a skills coach, if I will. Um, but he gets the assignment done. He does decent on it, and Then he goes to U.S. history with Mr. Wild Winwich, and he does his little rant and craziness before the lesson. And then they have a lesson, and then they have like assignment. The bell rings at 3:30. He goes home. Now, season 3, episode 27, Brotherhood Getting Girlfriends, part 1. So, will they get any lovers for the Valentine's week? We'll find out. So, and this is eighth grade. Okay. Um. So they get breakfast. He goes to the breakfast club, whatever you want to call it. He goes chit chats with the Brotherhood 2.0. This is like a week or so before Brandon and Vander have a blowout fight. So we'll see how that goes. Um. And then um. But they chit chat with Erica. They have their breakfast. They do some activity. He chit chats with the Brotherhood 2.0, um, which is Brandon, Vander, Way, the whole 9 yards. Then he goes to English with Miss Hendricks. Um, let's see. They have a bell work, and then they have like a lesson, and then they work on the Giver book that they are working on. And then he goes to reading with Miss Oswald, I mean, not Miss Warnock. They do like a activity, a lesson activity, and then they have some questions of recent chapters of the book that they've been doing. Um, and then third period, he goes to play algebra with Miss Carnell. They have a lesson, bell work lesson, and then they have an exit ticket, which is stressful, but he gets through it. And then this is a Monday, by the way. So then he goes to lunch, and I forgot to mention before Breakfast Club, he does his pyramid for the Brotherhood and the gym. So and then he goes to breakfast, and then there we go. But at lunch, he does his Brotherhood meeting. They chit chat at the weekend. Then they show the pyramid to the whole membership. Um, Now, Hunter has an idea for the Brotherhood because all the Brotherhood members he thinks are single. Some of them aren't single, some of them are dating. But you know how that goes in middle school and high school. It don't last very long. But anyway, but to the single ones, and Hunter included, it's Valentine's week and they want to find a girlfriend before, so they won't be single on Valentine's Day. So, uh, so they have this idea. They want to see, they want to look around and see if they can find a love before Valentine's Day, and they want to give like Valentine cards and some flowers and some chocolate to see to go, I mean, to girls who are single. Um, so that's their idea, and they all putting all the single Brotherhood members are fine with it and say, "Oh, that's a cool idea." And if they, but they also say, "Okay, if we don't find any love, we are still Brotherhood, we're still brothers, we're still friends, and we still like each other no matter what happens." And if we do find a lover or a girlfriend, or heck, even a boyfriend, but our goal is we're all straight though. But but our goal is to find a lover. And if you find a lover, don't we shouldn't brag about it. And we'll still be friends and still be members. So they have an idea that they'll buy chocolates and cards and stuff, which they don't do yet because they're at school and they can't exit school. And but the next, I mean, this evening, Hunter, um, before the next episode will buy the Burnham member some flowers and some chocolate to any single women. I get women or girls, wherever you want to say, for eighth grade. I don't know what you. But anyway, so they basically day one is just the brainstorming. They don't go looking, going on Tinder or looking for anyone yet, which we don't use Tinder for the show, um, but but it's just the ideas and the plan. Um, so, and we'll find out on Valentine's Day if it works or not, if they find a love in their life or not, or the love of their life for the rest of middle school, which might go down in flames at the end of eighth grade year or freshman year. But we'll find out in the next couple days uh, before Valentine's Day. Um, but after lunch, they go to study hall. Um, we don't see it because it's boring. There's nothing going on. Then he goes to science with Miss Mertz because Miss Fairchild is out at this point on her medical absence adventure journey thing. But science with the sub Miss Mertz, and they have a bell work, and then they have their lesson, and then they have their daily activity that they have to do. Um, and so forth and so on. Um, and then he goes to Mr. Neville's choir class, which they just work on some skills for their singing and for their music, which Hunter is an expert at. Um, but we can all improve, like, um, so, um, and then he goes to sixth period, which is geography with Mr. Wyatt, which he has his craziness, and then they have a lesson and an activity, and then in resource, sixth period, I mean seventh period with Miss Warnock, he does his pre-algebra assignment with Erica, Jennifer, Kayla, and Hannah, the whole 9 yards. It drives him crazy. He gets stressed out, but he takes some deep breaths and he gets through it. And then that's it for this episode of Sad Job Block Marathon Madness. Keep on watching and see if the barhead, if the group of the boys gets a girlfriend or not. Um, and who knows? They might get heartbroken. Who knows? They might find love. Who knows? There might be a spoiler and they have one of them is gay or something. Or they find out that all the women or whatever are just not interested. Um, maybe not interested in men. I don't know. But I don't know. It's public school for God's sake. But and it's 2020 at this point. But and you never know. But I'm just joking more so. But But who knows? But find out on part 3 at the final part. But we're gonna talk about part 2. But find out part 3 if they have a date, if they have um whatever, if they accept them as their Valentine, if Cupid works, you know. But well, yeah, English is 50-50. But anyway, thank you for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next episode of Sajon Bot Marathon Madness, Love or Heartbreak Edition. So, but anyway, see you Wednesday evening. God bless and protect each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.